for a lot of reasons. They're really good. That's without question the best team we've played this year. They're really good defensively, and then I thought they did. I think they've really improved offensively since maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, tape that I've seen. So I thought they did a really good job. And I'm really proud of our guys. You know, we got down 13 with about 7 minutes to go, and to battle that thing back to even. We made some really good plays. And, got a couple really good looks late that just didn't go. And I told you guys, you know, there's going to be games where you don't shoot the ball well. That doesn't bother me. It's the effort that would bother me. And I take my hat off to our guys. I thought Arizona did a great job with effort, but I thought our guys gave great effort. So I don't have anything to complain about that. The board play, they're plus 12 in the year, and we lose by 1 and get 16 offensive rebounds. We only turn over 9. It was just a night where we played a very good defensive team, and we didn't quite make the shots that we normally make. But we get it to 75. Only one other team, Michigan, scored 70 on them all year. So we're not far off. We know that, and this is it's encouraging. I hope our guys understand it's encouraging. I hope that the loss hurts, but there's some encouragement coming out of this, and that makes Sunday a vital game and extremely important moving to Arizona State. That's what we've got to be able to do. Any questions?
Asking the missed free throws.
Yeah, you know, that's hard. You know, and I've told the guys that's big. You know, you miss 5 free throws in a row in a stretch where instead of the game staying in 2, 4, 6 point deficit, we miss that second free throws and they score. And now instead of 2, 4, 6, we're down double digits. And that was a big stretch. But again, as I told in the locker room, you'll never see me, you know, get on guys for missed free throws or missing good shots. You know, we got a great 3-point look on a play we like to run from Jordan. You know, our best shooter in the corner is right there. I'll never complain about good execution and good shots. It's when we don't get the effort. And I thought we got great effort. I just thought we had some breakdowns defensively that we've got to look on tape, and they've got to do a really good job of learning how each of those 4 minutes are really pivotal. And we had some lapses defensively that you just can't do against a team like this.
Steve, at what point are you guys going to need one of these games? I mean, you've had Duke, you've had Missouri, and now this. You know, at some point you have to show people you can win these games?
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, this team's 16-0, so the other 15 teams they played have come out with the same outcome. So we're like a lot of teams throughout the country with that. You know, I had use of 3 games on our schedule: Duke and Weber State and Drexel. So you know, the Arizona team that we just played at Michigan. They played Duke. You know, they played at San Diego State. They played Texas Tech. They've played a very demanding schedule. Our guys haven't been quite in that many. So I don't fault the guys for that. Every game becomes big. Arizona State's huge. We need to get 13-3 and 2-1 going on that road trip, because at Utah, at Colorado, this is a very demanding league. And so we got to get confidence before we go with another win before we go out on the road. And that's why all the attention will be to Arizona State.
In comparison to the other 2 losses, how does this kind of measure up?
Well, I thought we made strides, to be honest with you, because I told the team that. Missouri, we did a good job in the first half. The second half, they made a run at us. They got tied. They went up, and we could never catch them. And it was only 2, 4, 6 points. And we didn't have the same kind of intensity in the second half that we had the first half in Columbia. Then we played Duke in Madison Square Garden, and we're tie game at halftime. They get a little bit of lead on us, and I thought the last 6 minutes of the game we didn't have near the fight that we had tonight. We're down 13 with 6 minutes to go here. And I liked our fight. So those are strides. You'd like for those strides to be made in wins, obviously. But I've seen strides in a lot of different areas with this basketball team. You know, we got Norman in foul trouble, so couldn't get him in rhythm. And that hurt us because, you know, he's an athlete that we need out there. But our young guys played well again. We got really good minutes off our bench. Some quality minutes and quality plays. You know, this is Tony starting to feel that rhythm, and that's good. So there were some positives that we got to take from this. But, you know, ultimately, you win a game or you lose a game, and we lost the game. So we've got to figure those things out moving on.
I know you haven't been here that long, Steve, but what was your reaction kind of to the hype of this game? And, you know, guys like Phil Jackson and Doc Rivers here, and, you know, this atmosphere seemed so much different than maybe in the last few years at least.
Well, yeah, and I can't talk about, you know, years past, but this is the best atmosphere we've been in to date. You know, I really appreciate the fans, and our students camped out last night. Our players, you know, took pizzas to them, and, you know, it means a lot to us because I thought the students were terrific. Our overall fan base was terrific. There was a lot of, I just thought there was volume, there was intensity, and it was good to see that, and I thought they got applauded at the end. And I've said that hey, we want to win them all, and we're not to that point yet. You know, hopefully we can get to that point, but I think the fans know that this is an entertaining team because they play hard and they play smart. We didn't get beat by an average team because we threw the ball over the place. We turned it over 9 times against, I think, the best defense, one of the best defensive teams in the country. It's definitely in our 15 games the best defensive team. We held our own on the board play, which is a sign of toughness and effort. So it's a fun team to watch and follow, and hopefully the fans will continue to see that because it meant a lot to us tonight. We wouldn't have got back in it had we not got a lot of that energy from the stands, so that was very good.
It looked like the team came out a lot stronger on the boards than they have all season. How do you duplicate this kind of effort when you're not going against the number one team?
We've talked about that, and that's been a huge emphasis, obviously. We've talked about it at press conferences. We've talked about it in our locker room. And I thought they did a very good job on the backboard. And what happens is you can't allow those other things to slip. Just because and when you're playing a team like Arizona who's plus 12 on the backboard, that's an emphasis. But then you can't now get beat dribble drive. You can't have poor closeouts. You can't have bad help and recover or transition defense. And so that's all the things these guys are learning, that they got to put that full package together defensively. And we're making strides. You know, I think we are making strides, but you know, this is a very good basketball team, and hopefully we're going to learn from this and we can move on and we get a chance to play them again. Hopefully we'll be better.
Yeah, down the stretch, it seemed like Kyle Anderson was everywhere. I mean, he was on the boards, he was controlling the ball. I mean, he seemed to kind of take over that role down the
Well, and I thought we got great effort. You know, this wasn't one of Jordan's better shooting nights. He didn't go 4 for 15 very often. But Jordan gets 11 rebounds and 3 steals. You know, Jordan had too many games where he's been double-double or get 11 rebounds. You know, it might be close to a career high for Jordan. You know, so he did those other things, and that's what you want to do. When one part of your game may be a little bit off, you got to be able to do the other things. And I think we're starting to see that, and I think that was really good. And I thought Kyle did another, you know, really good 16 and 11 and 6. You know, he's doing a lot of good things, and as the defensive end picks up and there's just a little stronger commitment there, then I think this team can be really, really good and really special.
Steve, how much have you seen this team rely kind of on being able to make shots? I know that was kind of how it fell behind at least a little bit at the beginning of the second half. So that's still kind of an emphasis that it has to make shots. Yes.
Well, you know, we got to the free throw line the same, you know, and we had to play catch up on that. We were way behind on that most of the night, so we had to make a catch up on that. But we get more points at the line. We tried to play catch up on the 3 ball. I thought in our zone we left some guys that we shouldn't have left in the first half. We had many more breakdowns in our zone in the first half than we did the second half. So the guys corrected that. But I mean, we're an offensive-minded team. I mean, but with that saying, there's got to be a commitment defensively, and we're gaining on it. We're getting some strides. We're not a finished product, but we got to get there. You know, we're into the conference season now. We're 15 games in, and that's what we talked about in the locker room. That hey, we got to be able to prove when we have games where we shoot 40% from the field, we win. We're one of the better shooting teams in the country. We're shooting 52% on the year. Not a lot of teams doing that. So 40 is not terrible. But when we shoot 40, can we still win? We haven't proven that yet. We've got to be able. That's the next step.
Time for one more. All right, thank you, Doug.
Thank you.